Again, the Midrash says about Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa. He's a great rabbi who performed many miracles. He was as poor as he was righteous. Okay, very poor. So he saw that people were giving gifts to Hashem. One brought an ox, another one brought 10 sheep, and he couldn't afford even one bird to give a sacrifice to Hashem. So what did he do? He was walking around and he found a beautiful rock. He said, wow, what a beautiful rock. You know what? I'm going to sand it down. It was sanded and was smooth. It was beautiful. I just need people to carry it to the temple. This rock is going to be my sacrifice. I'm going to bring this to give nahat to Hashem. So he went and he tried to look for people to hire, to lift it and to carry it all the way to Jerusalem. And, he said maybe they'll accept a small payment that I could afford. He finally found such people who were willing to do it for that small amount of money he had. They agreed only on one condition though. They said, what's your condition? He said, you have to help us also. We cannot just do it and you watch. You have to also help us carry it. He said, okay. The second he put his hand on the rock, the Midrash says, he looked around. Where was he? Jerusalem. He was already in Jerusalem. The second he put his hand on the rock. So then he looks for the guys, and the guys are also gone. The schleppers are gone. So he goes to Sanhedrin, and on the Temple Mount, and he's nervous. Listen to this. He's not nervous that he just teleported. He's not nervous about that. He's not, okay, a miracle happened. That's fine. That's how miraculous Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa was. Okay, just a miracle happened. It's like Maaseh b'chol yom. But what he was nervous about, had heart palpitations, was he was in trouble now. I owe these people money. They did their job, and I can't find them. How am I going to pay them? I don't want to owe people money. I don't want to have unpaid employees. So therefore, he wanted to pay them. Torah says, right? You have to go and pay your workers right away, right? So the Sanhedrin told him, listen, don't worry about it. Why? These people were not people. They were angels. Do they need your money? They don't need your money. So this came as a surprise to him because he was humble. He didn't assume angels would come and help him bring this rock to Jerusalem. So the question though is, why did they make such a condition? If they're angels, so let them just miraculously take it to Jerusalem. Why did they say, our condition is only if you put a hand, then we're going to take you? Well, forget that part. You could do anything. You're angels. So therefore, we could say like this, or again says like this. It's not the angels. You could say like this, that Siyata Dishmaya only comes when you yourself put an effort. What happens? People say, Rabbi, take me to this big rabbi. He should give me bracha. I should have Siyata Dishmaya. I should have Shefa. Right? Or do this Zegula. It should have Shefa. Eat matzah today. Bring Meir Balanes. Do this, do that. At the end of the day, you can only have Siyata Dishmaya. What do we learn from the story? You only have Siyata Dishmaya when? When you put a hand, when you put an effort. Don't think somebody else is going to do it for you. You get a bracha and that's it. Everything else is going to be okay. I do this small little segula, everything's going to be okay. You have to you have to make an effort in your Torah mitzvot and working on yourself also. That's why the angel said, no. Miracle only will happen if you put a hand also. So therefore, we have to learn from this that if we want to become closer and we want to be successful, we have to put our hand. If you don't put your hand, it's not going to work. So therefore, we try to do our everything in our life like that. Our service of Hashem also requires a lot of effort. Yaakov Avinu, where do we see he had an involvement with a rock? He also had a miracle with a rock, right? Where did he go? He went to Haran. He saw the 20 shepherds taking coffee break. He said to them, Chigab, what are you guys doing sitting around? It's the middle of the day. He said, listen, we need to water the flock, but not all the shepherds are here. It's too heavy for us, this rock. We can't move it. So Yaakov Avinu said, don't worry. He came, and the Gemara says, the Midrash says, he took the rock like a person opens a bottle cap for a bottle. That's how easily he took off the rock. And when the prayer, for rain, we ask Hashem to remember the merit of Yaakov. He dedicated his heart and rolled a stone off the mouth of a well of water. How did dedicating his heart help him remove the rock? So you should know, it's not that Yaakov Avinu was like in Gold's gym, lifting 300 pounds every day. That's not why he was able to lift the rock. Why was he able to lift the rock? Was he's a bodybuilder story? Well, how did he lift the rock? It's because all of nature is under the will of Hashem. And he invested all his strength where? In serving Hashem. So therefore, Hashem saw that he was so dedicated for my servant, no nature shall block my servant. because he was so